editor-in-chief of WorkBoat magazine and WorkBoat.com, and we're with John Waggoner, who is the chairman of the Great American Steamboat Company based in Memphis, Tennessee, which is a subsidiary, I believe, of HMS Global, which is the operator. Operates, of course, has operated many casino vessels and ferry services, among other things. Among other things. And one of our, well, I have three questions for you. Okay. One of them is, we were talking about what went into part of the thing before about going to the banks, getting the financing. You know, you bought $15.5 million from Marriott, repossessed his vessel from Ambassadors. So this was a long process that's taken, I believe, well over a year.
It's actually almost 3 years.
Oh, 3 years.
It's almost a year. Well, I mean, it's 8 months since we closed on it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, I mean, so that was pretty quick. So, easily 2 years before that, putting together the business plan, looking at the team, and then really shopping our business plan. And as I said earlier, we met with over 50 different banks and investment groups and heard no. And as finally, we actually, a friend of mine was the president of Chase Bank in Louisville, and he retired, and he's doing consulting. So I met with him, and he said, well, you're really fishing in the wrong pond. In a recession, no bank is going to lend you $30 million to buy a repossessed boat that failed. You know, he said you need to look around private investment, private equity, cities, and that's where we really saw the city of Memphis. And the city of Memphis helped us immensely, and they put us in touch with some private investors, really for the good of Memphis. And then our own bank, who had turned us down 5 times. You know, once we had enough pieces together, they said, "Great, we'll do it." And so, but yeah, I had to hear no 50 times, but I never gave up because this was a big dream, and I think it's important to turn the American
dream back. So it took you 3 years to get to this point.
3 years to get to the point where you and I can sit in our the Mark Twain Gallery in our living room here on the American Queen.
Because as we film this, 3 questions. The first revenue cruise, I believe, is a week from today.
April 13th.
Which will be April 13th.
Yep.
So the big question is, from what you just said, you think you're almost ready? Looks like the boat is from the boat tour as far as the rehab of the boat, machinery, etc.
Yeah, no, I think so. I mean, I think the boat is 95% where we need to be. As we said, we spent $3 million. We completely rebuilt almost every single system on board, from pulling the Z drives and rebuilding the Z drive, taking the paddle wheel down to the hub, completely rebuilding the paddle wheel, rebuilding all 3 Caterpillar generators, new control system, rebuilding the DC motors, rebuilding the generator ends, going through the switch gear, going through the steam plant, going through the boiler, as Marvin and Roger Bird told you, going through every single valve, dry docking the vessel, scraping the hull, pressure washing, sand blasting.
$3.5 million later.
$3.5 million later, yeah. But you know, most of the people will tell you, like Marvin Williams, that's been on the boat and even helped lay the boat up. The boat mechanically right now is in better shape than the day she came out of the shipyard, because we've updated a lot of the systems. When she came out, you know, it was the best of 1995 technology, and so the control system was an all analog control system. Now it's all digital, and so I mean, and you know, it's just in great shape.
Now this market, years ago, it was just the Delta. This was operated by the Delta Queen. This was their newest boat, the American Queen. And at that point, it seemed to me it was working. The model was working. And then there was also competition at the time. And you will have some competition with Charles Robertson's boat in August. But why do you think this market is going to work once again? Perhaps, you know, maybe not like it used to, or maybe better.
I think it'll
even with the competition.
I think it'll work better even with the competition. I mean, my elevator speech for the banks, you know, they said if you can explain your whole business plan in an elevator ride at 1 minute, and my whole elevator speech was, look, we're buying the boat at the right price. It doesn't take that much to put into it. If we were 100% full, we would still only service 43% of the market that was served 3 years ago. You've got pent-up demand. It's the first time in 132 years there hasn't been an overnight cruise boat on the Mississippi or Ohio River. You have more baby boomers that are coming into the market. And you know, people really, this is the ultimate Americana. You know, built in the U.S., U.S. flag, U.S. crew, paying U.S. dollars. Where if our guests have a medical problem or anything, they get to go to a U.S. doctor, a U.S. hospital, because we're not out in the middle of the ocean. You're always just a couple. I feel like NASCAR after winning. People come up and shake your hand, congratulate.
Well, you got a lot going on here.
We got always a lot going on. So So yeah, it is a great story, and I honestly believe in my heart we'll be wildly successful. In fact, I bet my house on it, as well as HMS Global Maritime. So it's a big gamble, but I think it's something that's worth it.
Well, I did see you pull your wife out of the gift shop. She wasn't allowed to spend.
That's right.
Well, that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
Well, thanks, John, and good
Thanks.
luck. And we will get back to you hopefully a year from now. We'll see
Great.
how you do.
I think we'll be wildly successful.
have a
in
year
We'll
under your belt.
be 100% sold out. So yeah, it'll be great.
Well, thanks, John.
Thanks.